Uh-oh. How are you guys? I had it on the other phone in my lap and it started. Y'all, I was in StreamYard in a old video and Woofy, where I had uploaded a couple things to show you guys today, and they were showing up. I thought I was in the right stream. It was just a lot of trouble. My hair's still wet from the shower. How are you guys? Hey, Woofy, Susie, Melissa Jade, and Shart. Yes, I gave you a wrench. You don't have to use it. You're not ever obligated to, use it. But we talk all the time, and I trust you a lot, and I trust your judgment. And also, you're in here a lot. So, ooh, I love Billy. Hey, Angie.
And also,
Oh.
you're in.
So yeah, I also had to find a place to film. I like my TLC shirt. I'm at my mom's and I'm in this chair, but this has my grandpa, a little blanket for my grandpa, so it's special. Hey, Bobby Pin. Hey, Crazy Mama. What are you guys up to? So there's not usually a ton of people that, here's the thing. These addiction huge audience, but if it's an audience of 10 and it's helping those people, I would rather do that than a video that's not going to help. So I thank you, Melissa. I had someone ask me today about that. How are those videos doing compared to your crime videos? And I'm like, well, they're not doing that great compared to those, but after my first one, I had so many emails. I mean, I know that it could make a difference. I can feel it and see it already, so I'm not going to stop. It's important. Thank you about my hair, Woofy. I'm going to have my mom trim the ends. She's made me want a haircut. She went today and got her hair cut, and she had it cut to like here, and it's super blunt, and it's just really cute. I like saying your long name with lots of ease. So today I thought something that we could talk about that plays a huge role in addiction and getting better and all of that. Absolutely crazy, Mama. I want to talk about making amends, apologizing, holding yourself accountable. I think that's a huge part, and it's really hard to get to that place. But yeah, thank you, Susie. You are so beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to show y'all a couple things. I was looking online trying to find like a clear definition of, because making amends, they're that's part of the steps. If you do a 12-step program, whether it's AA or NA or whatever, I think it's 8 and 9. I saw it earlier, but it's like, you make a list of the people that you've hurt, the things you've done wrong. And then the next step is now you go fix it. You say sorry. You don't have to be friends, and they don't have to accept your apology. Because here's the things you're apologizing for are probably really bad, and they may have accumulated over years and years. So don't get discouraged if you go to make amends with someone and they're not instantly like, oh, it's okay. You have to give people time. So, hey, Ray. Oh, thank you, Angie. You're so kind. Well, I'm not changing it. We can just say it that way. Okay. So here is the traditional dictionary definition of making amends is to correct a mistake that one has made or a bad situation one has caused. Let me get that comment off the screen. One of the telltale symptoms of alcohol or drug addiction is behaving in ways that go against your personal values and standards, which, oh my God, I cannot even tell y'all how accurate that is. That's why the 12-step recovery process includes the practice of recognizing how your behavior has harmed others and seeking to repair the mistakes and damage caused during your active addiction. Step 8 and step 9 of AA call this approach making amends. I think that this is not only good for now, I agree with this completely because you do behave outside of the norm, right? We can all like come on, even when you're drinking, if you don't have a problem and you just have a couple of drinks, you're going to behave a little differently than typical. Um, but I think all people should really have a good check on what they do and how that affects other people. And I think we're missing that a lot these days. But let's see. So what's the difference between making amends and offering an apology? Think of amends as actions taken that demonstrate your new way of life in recovery, whereas apologies are basically words. When you make amends, you acknowledge and align your values to your actions by admitting wrongdoing and then living by your principles. In addiction, our actions and intentions aren't aligned. For example, we might intend to go to a friend's birthday party, but in actuality, we failed to show up for the event. While we might apologize later for missing the party, our apology consists of words rather than actions or change behavior. And those words ring hollow when we repeatedly break our promises. So to truly make amends, we have to offer more than words. And it's kind of like this, like my nose is running so bad. Just because you say sorry, people are not going to instantly believe you. And I'll tell you this, maybe 6 months into my recovery, I'm like, why are people not treating me different, looking at me different? Like, look at me. I'm living like I'm supposed to, I'm doing everything I'm supposed to. And you don't trust me or, you're still treating me like that. Well, yeah, it takes time because how many times do you apologize when it doesn't matter? You don't mean it. It's kind of like in a relationship when your significant other keeps cheating on you or something, right? And you keep taking him back. Well, then they apologize and they're like, I'll never do it again. You get to a point where you're like, yeah, I don't believe you, you know? Let's see. Yeah, absolutely crazy, mama. It is for you. A lot of it is. We'll touch on that in a second. I wrote down a few things I wanted to say. I don't like, usually I don't have notes when I do these videos because I'm thinking of this stuff all the time anyways. But sometimes I want to make sure that I say things and I don't like end the stream without getting certain things in. I forgive, but damn it, I don't forget. Me too. I always forgive. I accept, but I never forget. Actions speak louder. Let's see. Susie Q. I had a sister-in-law, not anymore, but she used to be with my brother, and we called her that too. Hey, MJ's Life. How are you? After so much pain over the course of a long time, it's not like a light switch you can just flip. It takes just as long to forgive someone, even though you may want to. Absolutely. I totally agree. To me, I'm sorry means I'll never do it again. Shelly Mills, what do you think I should apologize for? Out of your mind. What should I apologize for? Please let me know. I don't believe you know what happened, but okay. Are you Sherilyn? Or what? No, probably not because she knows that I don't owe her an apology. God, you guys. Hello, insanely confused. Oh my Lord, y'all. I'm shaking. People are crazy. I'll continue, but I'll be waiting for you to tell me what exactly you think I should apologize for. So, yeah, in active addiction, this is so bizarre, but we kind of like revert to this adolescent like behavior where I am on vacation, insanely confused, but well, I'm at my mom's and I come here a lot, but got to keep going. Um, we kind of go back to that behavior of like, and my 12-year-old is doing this now. Yeah, he's always right, or whatever. We go back into this thinking that it's very childlike. I don't know how to explain it further than that at this point. Let's see. Instead of saying, I shouldn't have done that, or I shouldn't have said that, we've said it a million times. Hey, Coda Mini Colors, how are you? Driving still? Oh, yeah. So I do believe also that addiction can bring out like narcissistic like behaviors in even the most empathetic people. I think that, when we're in addiction, we only care about us. Nothing else matters. If you don't have your fix, nothing else matters. Now, afterwards, you may care a lot about others, but you probably won't be very successful in helping anyone or getting much done, you know. But it's like, you don't want to do Christmas dinner if you are sick or if you don't have your fix. How could you possibly? That's kind of just how your brain works. Like you have to have it. You never think like, oh, I'll be okay. No. Which is really bizarre. And I put, and getting a genuine I'm sorry usually only happens in those in between moments of sobriety or sickness. So you'll be screwing over everyone in your life, using them all, lying to them just to get what you want, because that is literally all that matters. And then, you might get sick or you might go without or be waiting, and then you start thinking about it all, right? And then you might get a genuine apology out of an addict in those moments. But other than that, I don't know. You have to make your kids accountable for their actions when they grow up. Yes, absolutely. I grew up with a family that was addicted. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Insanely confused. Our guilt eats us up too, which in turn can turn into anger towards those that won't automatically forgive us. And I actually did write that. Once you start getting clean, you're super sensitive. So you start feeling all these emotions and stuff that you hadn't felt for a long time. And I wrote you're plumb full, but you're full of guilt and remorse and shame. And learning to say sorry is not only the right thing to do, but it's necessary to heal. Because, like, for me personally, I mean, I carry guilt every day. I think about, especially towards my family and stuff. Um, yeah, it's extremely hard to get through that. And I think that when you say sorry, you say, I was wrong. I am so sorry. You don't have to forgive me. You don't have to believe me. Just watch and see what happens. And I promise you, I will show you, right? Um, After you say sorry, it helps you feel better. So even in situations where we're not dealing with addiction, maybe, and we've just done something wrong, we can stick our nose up in the air and just continue, right? And we just maybe won't feel so good inside. Or we can say sorry. It's a hard thing to do. It's really hard to admit when we're wrong. And if you can do that, that's a big thing. But then after that, you're able to feel better. And I mean, just like with this person that came in chat, if you believe I've done something wrong, truly, and if I see it, I've done something wrong. Now, let me rephrase that, because I hate when people are like, I'm sorry you felt I was being a jerk, but I wasn't. Like, no, I'm sorry I hurt your feelings. So if I have done something truly wrong, I like to say sorry. It makes me feel better. And it just clears the air, and it gets it all, under the table or whatever. Just want to, I'm here. Talk to you later. I'm listening. I pulled over, I promise. I've had my own brother steal from me. Oh my gosh, me too. Because my brother was an addict too. Now my parents weren't, but he would. Oh my God. He would, come in my room and my piggy bank money and stuff. And I was a kid. He was 9 years older than me, so I'd be like 9 or 10, and it really hurt. It was awful. Now, I did not defend her when everyone attacked her. I disagree. I put myself on the line to defend her many times. you go back on my channel and go look in the comments. Matter of fact, I had to leaving the worst comments about her and about her. Some, like just for instance, oh my gosh, that sucks. Hold on. I forgot I was using data, so hopefully. Okay. Sherilyn would do this thing where she would, kind of change her mind depending on who she spoke to, which is normal. I think a lot of people do that. And she would get a lot of hate for that. You know, something like that, I would say this is normal. Even now, I'm saying that now. But let's say she does something like, I don't know, this is just pretend. She goes on a channel and makes up a straight up lie and whatever. And how do you defend that? There's certain things that, but at this point, what she does has nothing to do with me. Okay. And, hmm, what she does has absolutely nothing to do with me. I'm not sticking my neck out for her. You have no idea what's happened behind the scenes or the reasons that we quit talking in the first place. Because to me, when I have a relationship with someone, whether it's a friendship or a business relationship, if it happens to go south, I'm not getting on here and exposing it all. But I promise you, there is an absolute reason to why things have happened the way they have. Okay. Okay. Now I saw a comment I do want to address. Insanely confused. Oh, thank you, Ray. I love you. And I'm not being rude to you, Shelly. I just think that, viewers, they think that they know what's happening and stuff. And a lot of times you just don't. You just don't. And we have the right to have some privacy, you know. And like I could get on here and air it all out and get a ton of, attention and all that, but I don't want to do that. I don't want people to attack her. I would love for her to go on and do everything she always dreamt of and be happy. Okay? I don't like that's just the truth. No, insanely confused. Hey, I wrote a post on your community page a while back and I tried to find a day to apologize. So I am sorry. I should never have said anything. I actually think you're a cool person. Oh, thank you so much, Insanely Confused. I appreciate that a lot. And I don't hold it against y'all. I know, like I just was saying, the viewers, they only know so much and you only know what you're told. I think that we should keep an open mind though when we're hearing things, regardless of from who or where, of maybe the other side to it or whatever. But, I don't hold it against you and I appreciate you coming here and saying sorry. I think that it takes, like I was saying earlier, it takes a lot to say sorry, it really does. So thank you. Y'all are funny. I need to explain yourself. People always think they know what happened better than we do. I was able to see what she was doing for a long time and gave her many chances. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you, Wolfie. Right? There is a lot that happens behind the scenes. And I don't think that that's a bad thing. And I don't think that makes us sneaky. And I think, if I, which I have, want to deal with my issues with Sherilyn behind the scenes, face to face with her, I'm not being sneaky because the issue is with her. So it's not being like backstabbing or talking about people behind their back, but it's keeping it private because we have that right. And also, some things aren't meant to be aired out online. For what? For what? To have people attacked and like I just yeah. Thank you, Bobby Pin, so much. Um, Crazy mama. Ellie, you're an amazing person. Thank you so much. You are an amazing person too. Joyful Dolphin. I love your name. What? I'm proud of your channel. The only one besides this ex-corrections officer I keep in contact with. You don't go on and on about what. Oh, thank you, ACAP. I don't know why some feel YouTube should be a judge and jury. Oh gosh. I don't either. I think that anyways, when it comes to addiction and stuff, we can talk about all of this and move on, but I don't want to like forget to say that, you know, if you are struggling, if you are newly clean and maybe you're having all these emotions and stuff like that, come here and talk to us or find someone to talk to. You need a support system. But it takes a lot of guts. If you've done some awful things to someone or whatever, it may take some time before you can say, I'm sorry. I don't like when people can't look at a situation and find what they've done wrong, right? Because when relationships or things happen, a lot of times it's maybe one person does more or whatever, but everyone can find things to apologize for that they could do better. But it takes a lot of courage to do that. And it's important. If you do it, you will have peace. You will rest. It's important. Thank you, MJ. Save the drama for your mama. Bye, crazy mama. You know what? Like, I don't know. I don't like being involved in it. Publicly, privately, any of it. I don't like it. I just want to get oh, thank you, incognito. You can barely confront yourself, let alone someone else. Wow, Melissa. That is true. Yeah. It takes a lot to be able to look at yourself. And now I even know and have dealt with adults now who aren't addicts, or if they are, I don't know about it, who literally don't even see like when they do something wrong. Like I said, I could pick out if I'm having issues with somebody, like maybe some ways I could communicate better or things I shouldn't have said or whatever. But some people, they don't naturally take that look in. But when we do and we keep a check on ourselves, we feel better. I mean, and there's absolutely no way to heal and move forward. But I'll tell you, when you have nothing to hide, that is when you sleep the best. When you have nothing on your shoulders, you're not sneaking, you don't have issues with people that need to be fixed or mended, you know, it's important. And incognito, by the way, thank you for having this talk with me. I learned I have to forgive myself first before I can say sorry for what I've done. If I can't forgive myself, I feel no one can. Oh, wow. And you know what? You have time. Like, I know that they tell you when you're making your amends and stuff like in 12-step programs, like you have time. Take your time, write it down, do it right. Um, please love one another and pray, please. If there's a brother, just pray for them, please. So, I don't know. I think we get like too worked up. Now, what I was going to say about drama, I've always like really loved celebrity drama. Like, and I still do. I want to know what my favorite stars, even if it's not drama, like what they're wearing or whatever. And I enjoy so I can see the appeal of wanting to know like what's going on, or even not celebrity drama, say like a reality show. The drama is so good. It's what makes you stay, right? But being involved in it is not so good. I don't like that. And like if you get entertainment from it, at whose expense? You know what I mean? And I think that you think about that differently when you've been on like both sides of a situation. Like, okay, you get a few hours of kicked back and watching your videos and laughing at people, like making fun of other people and stuff. So you have fun, but whose expense are you having fun at? And are you okay with that? Are you okay with getting your kicks off of hurting people? I'm not. If I hurt somebody, I want to fix it. Period. That's what I'm saying with the amends. Like, that is something that changed my life, my recovery, everything. When I was able to admit when I was wrong, that changed everything. That's when things start changing. Because you go through like this first year of, you're like an alien. You don't even know how to deal with the emotions, the guilt, the anger, the sad. I mean, it's everything. But after you're able to do that, you will grow, you will blossom. I mean, Lil Wayne is like one of my favorite rappers, and he has this line where he says, throw dirt on me and grow a wildflower. And that's the truth. Like, yeah, people might throw dirt on your name. They might badmouth you. You might go through some hard times, but in the end, you're going to blossom. And all those tough times are going to be the things that make you beautiful and wise and kind and caring, compassionate, all of that stuff. So if you are going through hard times, just remember that somebody can live 40 years and have an easy life and be happy, great, intelligent, whatever, successful. Somebody can live 25 years and have a very hard life. But at the end of those 25 years, they are going to have wisdom, and that is valuable, very valuable. Hi, Janessa. I've been sober 14 years. New things still happen for me. Let me go to that one, Bobby. I helped my brother through his addiction. I told him later that a whole new life will open up for him, but it would take time. It will not happen overnight. Yes, a year. Absolutely. And that is awesome that you helped him through that, because support is so important. Like, you gotta have that. I think that, well, I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible, but I think it would be extremely challenging because we have moments of weakness. We have hard times, and when you have people there to help you get through it, it just means the world. A lot of you guys, like, have meant the world to me. Like, yeah, Vanessa, or I was reading and talking. No, Vanessa, which I do know. I was going to say I don't know a Vanessa, but it's not what I was going to say. But Woofy, Shar, you guys reached out to me in like some of my worst, hardest times, and that meant the world to me. Seriously. All of you in here, Janessa, Crazy Mama, Nikki, MJ's Life, and of course, Melissa and her entire crew. Susie, I mean, you guys have all been like blessings in my life, truly. Oh, Janessa, that's awesome. Thank you. A 20-year process that finally worked. I took him into my home, and he is still here, but I have my brother back. Isn't it crazy how when people get sober, they like, so say you have this friend or family member and you've known them for 20 years, they get on drugs, and that's like 5 years of hell. And then when they get off, they turn back into that original person. It's bizarre and beautiful all at the same time. And like, you don't think it, I've said this in my other videos, but I think about this all the time, that when you're in active addiction, you just don't see it as a possibility for you to change your life and all of that. And it is possible, but you have to see it to believe it. Me too, Melissa, for real. I love you so much. Thank you, Shar. Thank you, Susie. Yeah, you guys are awesome. Oh, thanks, Mark. Hey, it's all right, Raina. I hate when YouTube does that, though. There's a serious issue with not alerting people when you're supposed to. But yeah, why is YouTube so evil? Why are people getting like so much enjoyment off of hurting people and the body shaming and stuff? I'm not happy about it, and I don't think from any side it's okay. Obviously, don't do that. Don't make fun of people for things they can't help. Mm. I have an extremely hard time biting my tongue about certain things, and I don't want to, you know, I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to sit back and see people mistreated and see people made fun of and talked about for things they can't freaking help. Don't do that. It's not okay. It's not funny. Okay. And I'm not talking about like anything in particular. So don't think that. I'm just saying in general. And I've seen it. I'm not like, I've seen it come from a lot of different people about a lot of different people. Stop doing that. It's ridiculous. There is no place for that here. We are adults. Do you want your kid to go to school and make fun of the other kid because he has, cross eyes? Cross eyed? He's cross eyed. Do you want that? Do you want your kid to go to school and call someone fat? Or do you want your kid to go to school and say someone's ugly? Talk about someone's zits? No, you don't do that. It's not funny. It's not okay. You know, it's not. There are certain boundaries like calling people overweight and all of that. No, you don't do it. It's hurtful. I've seen that with so many people lately too. And it's like what makes I don't know. I don't know, you guys. It's really hard sometimes to I'm trying to be very cautious and careful because I'm not talking about anyone in particular. And I've actually seen it happen to everyone. You know what I mean? Not just one side. It's happened to both sides of or all sides of the coin. Stop doing it. Oh, that's awesome. You have a little helper there to help you do the heavy lifting. I went on a Snapchat rant about that very thing a few hours ago. I don't know why others talk about things others can't control. Exactly. Criticize somebody for what they can fix, but damn, you don't criticize somebody for something they can't do nothing about. Like, these are humans, okay? They're people. They have feelings. They are not inanimate objects. They are not characters. They are humans. They are not punching bags. I'm going to continue to talk about this particular thing. Um, and I'm not saying like, okay, there's certain things that could be, I'm talking about the very hurtful things that are not behaviors. You know what I mean? I'm not, please don't take this and twist this about their parodies or whatever. I'm talking about the very hurtful things, like the bad stuff on all sides. Because I don't want to turn this into let's do a bunch of drama. I'm just talking in general. What I've seen without names, stop it. I'd whip my kid's ass if I knew they made fun of someone. Me too. Oh, no, 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 no. Matter of fact, my nose is running so bad. The other day, hold on. The other day, I was at the store with my 4-year-old, and this person comes by, and they're on one of those buggies that, you ride on. And he's like, "What's wrong with their legs? Can they not walk?" And I'm like, take him to the car, and I'm like, you don't talk about people like that. You don't point out how people look. You don't point out, like, no, 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 no. One, embarrassing. Two, hurtful. Like, come on, that is hurtful to people. It's all over these YouTube streets, absolutely. And our kids do. They think that we are their heroes. They are going to do whatever we do. Got to do my meditating for a minute and just. No, you cannot. You can, I've said this a million times and I'll say it a million more because some people need to hear it. You can punch someone in the face and in a week they'll be fine. You can say something hurtful to someone and they will think about it for the next 10 years. Oh, thank you, Janessa. Oh, I'm so sorry you were having a rough day. I'm happy that I went live then. Want better, be better, do better. It's our family motto. Oh, that is cool. You want better, then be better and do better. Absolutely, Susie. You can be the most beautiful person in the world, but if you are hateful and mean, then what's it matter? Like, you're not so beautiful anymore. Words hurt worse than punches, can send someone spiraling in a hot second. Wounds heal, words resonate. Absolutely. I like that, and it's true. Mark Klein, people need to be nice, makes you happier. Do one good thing a day and see what happens. Oh my gosh, that is such an excellent point. And I think like when you go out and you purposely try to maybe help someone with their groceries, like carry them to their car or whatever, compliment someone, hold the door for a few people, like pay for someone's lunch, whatever. You just feel so freaking good inside when you're doing good things like that. Yeah, whoever said sticks and stones can break me, but words will never hurt me. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, Bryn, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for watching. It's important. Um, some of it can be tough to talk about, but you know what? Like for me, I mean, I think that if we share the worst hard parts of our lives, like then we get it off our chest. It gives us a little bit of like relief. And we also maybe will help somebody else that's going through the same thing, you know? And I was thinking about that today. I was like, me doing these videos and talking about it and, thinking about addiction and stuff, it helps keep me in line too. It helps keep me focused on what I should focus on. And it's good for me. It's good for everybody to kind of talk about these things that happen to us and that we go through. My other saying is think like God. One small kind word or action can really change someone's day. Thank you, Joyful Dolphin. I know it's because we want to teach them. I like that motto, MJ's life. Often a trigger to drug use. Yes. Um, that was kind of something that whenever all that was happening online, the stuff that I was kind of going through and Melissa and stuff, I had a lot of people that would reach out to me and say, please don't relapse. I never thought about it. Like, shoot, being on drugs was 10 times more miserable than anything else I've ever been through. But I could see earlier in recovery how that would really trigger you because, we know we can get high and get numb. You don't want to think about this, too painful to think about. And that's a thing that leads to relapse. Okay. When we've done bad things and we haven't apologized and we haven't made amends for them, then we go on and just thinking about the things that we've done and the way that makes you feel, that can make you relapse because you don't want to think about it anymore. And you're like, I could just go get loaded and not think for 12 hours, and then when I wake up, it'll be a new day. And relapse is part of recovery, but you should never go into it expecting to do it. I don't. Like, I don't think I will. I truly don't. They tell you don't get too confident, but I just don't think I will. But if you do, it's okay. It is okay. But I promise you, if you just heal whatever it is inside of you by apologizing and making it right, then you'll be better forever. When if you use to feel better, it's just going to last, a few hours. Thank you, Bobby Pin. Yeah, for real, Shar. Words hurt deep and can trigger my PTSD quick if I'm not careful or read too much into it. Addicts say relapse. It's like trying to cure your headache by hitting yourself in the head with a hammer. Wow, that's true. Or like curing your ache by like hurting something else. I helped an old lady in Chicago working during a snowstorm in the ghetto. She said I was sent from heaven, but won't forget. I told her she was my mom at once. Absolutely. And see, you made her day and it's still making you feel like it's still a proud moment for you. That is awesome. That's Thank you, Larry. I appreciate that. Hi, Dave. But anyways, yeah. I think that we need to sometimes also it's better to try to just fix the issues you have and move forward like that. I mean, if you can fix it, saying sorry, trying to do what you can to make it right, you don't have to like I said in the beginning, when you do that, that doesn't mean let's be best friends, let's whatever. No, it just gives you the freedom to move on with your life and leave it in the past. And I think that, it would make us all happier if we could try to do that more. Let's see. I'm intrigued. What article, Wolfie? I don't know what y'all are talking about. Hold on one second, you guys. Drop my phone. Okay. It's hard to have thick skin. Now, I had to learn when I got on YouTube to like toughen up a little bit about that because like I had been, partying and stuff. I didn't care what anybody thought about me for a long time. Then when I got sober and I was at home all the time and I was trying to do the right thing, I think that I began to care. And I think that we should. I don't think that we should care too much. Like, don't let what other people think about you make you who you are, but you need to care to the extent that you're respectful, kind, and all of that stuff. And when I started like caring a little bit about it, then I get on YouTube. I had no drama. I had no issues. I honestly never had anybody that disliked me, had a problem with me, started an argument with me, nothing, like for years and years. And then I got on YouTube and hate comments or whatever happens, it's really hard to deal with if you are not used to that. Oh, broken justice. Let me get back. Yeah, it can be hard. Now, I try to remember if it's constructive criticism and they're telling you to make you better, make your videos better, make your content better, whatever, don't take it personally. It's hard to do that, but you have to learn not to. Matter of fact, anybody in life, not just a creator. If somebody's giving you criticism to help you become better and they're not being like a hater, that's a great thing and you should be thankful because we don't want a bunch of yes men around us who like would not tell us if we were wrong or looking stupid. Um yeah. I lost my train of thought because of the chat. It got me a little sidetracked, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Let me just check it for a second and take a deep breath. Oh, thank you, Janessa. Thank you, Nikki. Absolutely. It's best to just try to be nice and get along. I mean, if not, then just don't talk. I just think that if we have issues with each other or with people, and if it's something that we're continuously having to talk about, think about, and all of that, then why not just work it out, go separate ways, admit when you're wrong. Everybody's wrong at times. It's usually not one side only. And then you can move forward with peace. Kind of ties into what I was talking about, making amends on things you've done. Um, my parents, I still have guilt for different things. I like lying to him and stuff like that. But now that I've righted my wrongs, apologize. First, you got to own up to them because they may not know everything. You own up to your mistakes, then you apologize, and then you move forward. And then in the future, you have so much peace. Oh, that's so cool. That you were smiling with your eyes. Smile. What is Tyra Banks calls it something? The smize. Oh, Woofy. What's wrong? YouTube is a whole nother world. Broken Justice, how are you feeling? I've missed you. And when you apologize, it can't be followed by a negative. Yes. Just ghost the ones you don't like. Exactly. Go your separate ways. Hey, Gemini vibes. Oh, you are such a beautiful person, and I love you. Yes, Broken Justice has a channel. People are starting to do, like, I saw a couple of creators actually that were doing like different advice segments and stuff. And I've been telling Broken Justice forever to start a channel, like, or to start a segment where she gives advice. Um, because she is so good at it, like parenting advice, mothering advice. She had two little boys on her own for a long time. And I mean, she even told me, this is so funny, but she told me that she took them hunting so they would have that experience, right? But she took them where she knew for sure they wouldn't see any of the animals they were hunting, but they didn't know that. So they thought that they were going to see one for sure. Just like funny things like that. Amazing, amazing person and mother. And go support her channel. Maybe one day I'll get some mom advice segments out of her. It's a great thing to have people around you that support you, but also give you constructive criticism if needed. Yeah, absolutely. And Nikki, you are like, I can tell just from the little that I've talked to you personally, you are that person. Like, you're going to tell them the way it is. And I love that. That is awesome. I'm dealing with the alcoholic right now, and it's the hardest thing I've ever done when it comes to my friends. Oh, I know. I personally have an issue happening right now in my life as well, where I'm on the other side of it, and I don't know. Addiction is super hard for the addict, but it's extremely hard on the people around them, you know? And it's kind of like it's not fair because you don't choose it. You're not like you think like, "Oh, well, they're enjoying themselves. They're sitting around high all the time while I'm having to worry about it," you know? I'm the one worrying, "Am I gonna come over and you're gonna be laying in your floor dead?" Because it happens all the time. Don't think it doesn't. And, yeah, it's just so frustrating, and there's nothing you can do. You can't force someone to get help. Can't force someone to even see that they need help. That's what one of the first videos I did on addiction was about, like, being in denial because people have an extremely hard time thinking that they have a problem. So they'll be like, all these people, they might need help, like they're alcoholics or they're pill heads, but not me. I just do it occasionally, like I don't need it or whatever. People will kind of justify things like that to themselves. And I don't care if there's only like a few amount of people in videos like this. These are important videos that matter. If like that is so important to me to get it across to one person. If I'm getting it across to 26, then I am like happy as can be. And especially when it's filled with people that I just love so much. Like every single name in this chat are people that I just adore. My mom always says, if or when you say I'm sorry, followed by a but. Yes, don't do that. Probably not a good way to go about it. I'm thankful for you, even the constructive criticism, even that man. I appreciate it all the time. I'm on the other side as well, and it is pretty awful. It's really hard to sit around and like be sober and in recovery and have someone around you all fucking out of their, excuse my language, all freaking out of their minds. Like, oh, just want to, it's like kind of like dealing with a drunk when you're sober, really frustrating. Oh, I'm glad you're feeling better. Yeah. You do. You think every day. I think it about several people, and I've gotten that call about so many of the people I love, friends and family. I mean, it happens every day. They tell you in rehab there's only three places that your addiction will take you, and it will take you one of three: death, like rehab, or jail, period. In the ground, in rehab, or in jail. That's it. Aw, Will, thank you. I like small channels better, more family feeling. Yeah, you all know each other and I'm sorry, my plate is full. I've been sick and she doesn't care. I'm sorry. Well, that's the thing when you are dealing with people who are using, they don't care about anything. That's why they use because it hurts them to care about the things that are on their minds and that they're dealing with. So they use and then they just don't care. Then you're stuck dealing with it. Anything, you guys have any questions or anything? I'm pretty much done with that. Yeah. I'm working on like something really big, important, and special. I started looking into this case about Bianca Devins a while ago because I actually had seen it on a bigger channel. And I don't want to lose my place, so I gotta, okay. Anyways, so it was a young girl who she was murdered. She was actually, they called her an influencer Instagrammer. She had a small following, but she was really beautiful. She probably would have had a modeling career or something like that. And I think that is actually, her mom told me that was the goal. Like she was going to go to New York. She had a friend who was a scout or something, and this girl was beautiful. Could have done it. Sweet, smart, compassionate. Wanted to go to school, and like she was going to school for psychology to help people in the with mental health issues. I mean, wonderful girl. And there was something about her, y'all. That's just the way it is. Certain cases, you'll be looking into them and they just like steal your heart. And there's something about her. And so I'm going to do like a little 3-minute TikTok video to introduce the case. And then I'll be doing a series on that. Like, oh, get to know Bianca in part one, what happened in the crime, part two, what happened in court. But you guys, it's really good and it's really important. When you talk about cases that aren't like the most popular thing happening, a lot of times there's not a ton of people talking about it. And those are sometimes the ones that need the most eyes, just like Kendrick Johnson. His case is so important because it needs to open back up and someone's getting away with murder. But it's not the hot topic right now. So I don't know. I feel like you just keep trying, eventually, even if you're only making little differences, that's still a difference and it will add up. Oh man, I'm way behind. She's out of my life. I can continue because that's the only way. I said I'm not going. She's not going to get help. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, it's kind of what you have to do. It sucks, but you have to just no enabling. If not, you'll get hurt. That's just the way that addicts and alcoholics work. You may love the person, but sometimes that person goes away and an alien takes over their body or whatever. And you just have to love them from a distance until they get better. Oh, thank you, MJ's life. Well, I told you I'll always protect you here. For real. Any of you guys. But it's really hard to see people being so mistreated who don't deserve it. Like, God, that kills me. I can sit back and be mistreated myself and like be quiet about it. But when I'm seeing it happen to other people, it's like, oh, I just want to explode because it's like in my nature just to want to, I don't know, nurture and help and like make you feel better. I don't know. Thank you, Janessa. She said that her husband died and that's why she drinks. And she knows she's an alcoholic and she don't care. And she expects her friends to treat her like it is, Holiday Inn. Well, okay. You know you are and you don't care. Well, then go on and be that over there. But having you in my life is hurtful to me. And if you ever change your mind or want to get help, or even if you just slow down and quit doing it daily to where we can have a regular relationship, call me. I love you. If you know, that's what you kind of have to do. We're at my husband's grandma's house, so I have to catch the replay, but sending love to you and everyone. Thank you, Kelly. Well, you go have fun with your family. And thank you for stopping in. Bianca Devon's case is so heartbreaking. I know it is. And to beat it all, you guys, how is this young, sweet, beautiful girl murdered? It's filmed and pictures are taken. It's put all over social media. It's still on social media. It's ridiculous. And afterwards, you have YouTubers and different people attacking family. And I mean, it's bizarre, you guys. I've never seen anything like some of the things with that. It's really bad. But she's such a sweet girl. And when I watch her videos, like I've been screen recording and clipping and editing little things along the way to kind of put all together. And it's just, oh, I don't know. She's so full of life and she just looks like a little angel, like truly. I'll show you guys some of the things I've got. I've also clipped and cut up and I could actually maybe put that out before. I don't know. I have the clips of her sister, her mom, grandfather addressing doing their victims impact statements at court, addressing him and his response, and I've kind of clipped it all into individual pieces. I thought about putting all of that together because it's really sad, but it shows you, I think a lot of times we don't see the full picture. We don't see the dynamics in these families. I mean, her grandpa's up there, like he starts crying. It's so sad. And he's like, I had the pleasure. Her mom had her really young, so she lived with her parents, or maybe she had split up. I don't know. They didn't say why, but mom had her young. She lived with her grandpa. And I mean, I know because I had my oldest young and we lived with my parents, and he is like their kid too. We're all just one family. And, oh, I think it's important sometimes to see the dynamics of this stuff. And certainly interesting, like the psychology of it all, too. My husband had to pick me up around the waist and carry me away from here yesterday to keep me from hopping on top of it. Oh, thank you. I got this at a TJ Maxx the other day. I love TLC. I love 90s music and all that stuff. Oh, thank you, Mark. I never was like one of the people that would pick on people. I was friends with everyone in school. I tried to like really make it a point, and I've tried to teach my kids that. I'll tell them like, if someone is, if someone's sitting at school at lunch alone and they look sad or they don't have any friends, you should go sit with them, even if it's just for a few minutes, because it'll make their day. And maybe they're having a hard time at home. You don't know what people are going through. We don't know what anybody's going through. You guys don't know what I'm going through at home. I don't know what you're going through at home. And a lot of things we don't share because it's too personal. I'll call you later. I've been out in the wind. I love you. I love you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Nikki. You have an amazing heart. And like I said, I adore you guys so much. All of you. Oh, thank you. guys. I love all of you in chat. I know. I love it too. It's like we're just this little family of people that will look out for each other and all that stuff. There he is, Val, and stole her life. You know what? That is a case I have not gotten into much, but I've seen it on a few channels. Um, like I said, it's like weird, and I'm sure you guys feel this way as viewers. Let me know if you do. So you hear about different cases all the time, and certain ones they just grab your heart and soul. It's like not all of them, and there's not always a reason. Sometimes it is. Sometimes you can see yourself in the people or your kids or whatever, and just certain ones. And of course, all of them are important and you care about them all and you hope they're all solved. At least I do. But, certain ones, they just like, I don't know, they become part of you. And some of them, like, I will see them out till the very end. Like, I am not going anywhere. I am not going to forget about it. I'm not going to stop talking about it until Letitia Stout, Lori Vallow, especially Letitia Stout, though, until she's in jail forever. Lori Vallow, Chad, all of these ones that I talk about a lot, Barry. But one of my biggest is Letitia Stout. I'd say the three cases that were the most like influential on my feelings and emotions would be the Watts case. Like for a while before I started YouTube, when I was just like watching it nonstop all the time, I felt like I knew them, like the little girls and everything. Like I was so like, I don't know. And then the Watts case, Gannon Stalk, and now Bianca. Those are the three that have been the most like jarring to me. And they've totally changed me. Oh, thank you, Shar. Yes, you have. Who else is live right now? I didn't know. Is Melissa live or something? I hope not. That is so bizarre because she calls it Chucky. We will. Yeah, Shar has been an absolutely amazing person who just when, I was going through a lot, she came and didn't get involved or anything, just, said, I'm here for you. You are a great person. I see you for who you are. Just don't forget it. And she even was kind of, she got it from a few people for sure. And I appreciate that. And I told her, like, please don't do that no more. Like, please don't take up for me because I cannot stand seeing someone else get attacked for trying to stand up for me. Couple black eyes until I hit 18 and then the bullies were put in check. Oh, thank you, Janessa. Yep, Cheryl, you were amazing as well. You really, really were. Love you so much. I've never heard of Maya Millet. Yeah, I've seen it now. If you know Profiling Evil, I think it was Mike, but it could have been the other one. They have a little series on it. And they're pretty good about details. I have more theories on Summer too. Y'all, I thought about even doing a video just about that specifically. That interview with her mom, oh, it just destroyed me. Oh, okay, I didn't know she was live. Well, I'm probably gonna go. That way I can go over there and I don't like going live at the same time as my friends. I think that's kind of, I don't know, just don't like it. Let's see. Oh, you're so sweet, Shard. Thank you. I don't know. They do say very different things, but that interview yesterday, I hadn't thought about it till I did a panel last night. If you haven't seen it, guys, check it out on Amber's channel. But during the interview, Mom cries and she's like, why is everybody against me? That right there, I teared up during that because I'm thinking, she doesn't deserve that. We don't know if she did anything. We just don't know. And to treat someone badly because of like something that you think happened. That's not fair. And but then I was on the panel and they're like, well, she cries, but she only cries when it's about her, right? And that's interesting. So I don't know. But I personally, just watching it and just my first original feelings before hearing anybody else's, I really did believe her. But then when I start listening to other people, like I'm not saying that maybe she knew, I don't know. I don't think she did anything that I didn't. Now I don't know what to think because my mind changes all the time. Oh, thank you, Nikki, for putting that in there. Yes, MJ, me too. Like, oh my gosh. And also, does she have it in her to be that good at being sneaky? Maybe, but I don't know. Um, I do think she was super believable when talking about Allie and all of that stuff. Like, in my opinion, when Allie said that she came up to the car and wanted to wake her up and all of that, and they wouldn't let her, hearing her versus hearing the way Candace tells it, I do think Candace seems pretty believable. Thank you, Bobby Pin. It sucked because I was supposed to be here at my mom's like long before it started, so I could sit down and chat like this. And we were in the car, and I had awful service. And yeah, that sucked. But it was an honor to even be asked to do that. Like when she asked me, I'm like, wait, me? Why do you want me up there with y'all? um, but it was awesome. Yes, the sister being gone too. What are the chances? And I've said this before, and this is like I just said we shouldn't point the finger and don't attack this person. We don't know. But it is pretty interesting that there's a common link in between the two cases of missing people, and that's grandma. And then it's like, if something happened, what would Candace do? Would she be scared? I mean, we don't know the different. It's not right to even speculate like this, y'all. I'm sorry. It's just hard sometimes not to. Ah, what the heck? Can someone have taken Summer for spite of the sister that went missing? I don't know. It's interesting. But see, when the sister went missing, that was in Wisconsin. And, they're in Tennessee. Yeah, there is. There's a lot of people who are, when stuff like this happens, there's people, actually, Jays for Justice, Will played Jays for Justice during his like reaction to the interview, and there's a clip of where she says, people will come out of the woodworks just to with lies, just to talk about, say they have a problem with Candace from 2 years ago, and this happens. Like, you think that an evil person wouldn't be like, oh, I have all the tea. We know how people are, y'all. We see it all the time. Like, oh, look at these messages, look at these pictures, look what she did here, listen to this secret she told me. Like, so I think it's important to only worry about the people who are there. And I think that the YouTubers doing interviews have done incredible interviews. I mean, all of them. Even, I mean, Allie and Hunter were part of it. And Dawn's sister, that's part of it. But I think that going much further outside of that, just I don't know how, I've had ex-friends turn on me and make me look bad. So when I found out they didn't like each other, I don't know. I know. Now, you guys, and I've shared this before. Hey, Dylan. Um, there is a video by someone named Sarah Saving Spirits, and she shows Hunter posted 1 year ago that he was in a relationship, and Candace's reaction to that was awfully interesting. And if you haven't seen that, you have to go see it. Scroll back on my community page, like not that far, and you should find it. Lacey Peterson and the O.J. Simpson. Oh, O.J. Simpson is interesting. I think was it? I think Lana. I saw somebody's community like a post that said they were going to be doing a series on that case. I just hope there wasn't an accident and they're scared to death about the truth. I agree. I mean, but what are they scared of if it was an accident? Like, the reason I say that is because now that the boys have been taken, if it was an accident, you shouldn't be scared of telling the truth. You need to tell because at this point, what else can happen? You've done caught it online from everybody around, and I mean, they have been treated really badly. If you go to Candace's TikTok, if you go to Dawn's Facebook, go over there and look at the comments. It is absolutely ridiculous the way that people have treated them without knowing. Y'all, we don't know nothing. I don't care. I believe in psychics, but I don't care if a psychic says that she, this, or that. You don't just believe it. We have to wait and see. I mean, you don't just, I don't know, jump on bandwagons, y'all. You don't just jump and start leaving hateful comments and messages to people that you don't personally even know. And especially if you don't know the circumstances, you weren't there, you don't know the story, you can't do that. It is not okay. You know? That's another thing. Stop. Just like I said earlier about the body shaming. Stop. Stop it. Don't laugh and joke about that. Is hurtful. It is hurtful as hell. Y'all know I get on little tangents, and I'm like, I can't. Shar is special. Yes, she is. But you're special too, Miss Cheryl. So, so special. I hope you're at the, not behind too far, because your comments kind of seem like you might be behind in the video. I know, I'm praying that she's found too, but it's honestly, well, I don't know. If she's found, like, say, out in the woods or whatever, we know what that's going to be. But there's still a possibility that she could be found at someone's house. Like, think about that little girl a few years ago who that boy had been watching her. What was her name? The girl who he shows up at the house, kills the parents. She's in the bathroom with her mom hiding, and he comes in and kills her mom and then takes her. And then she runs away a few weeks later. I mean, it happens all the time. It really does. What is going on with Summers? Because I missed it. A lot of interviews. There's a lot that's went on, but nothing too big. There's, police haven't named any suspects or persons of interest. They kind of said everybody is. Basically speculation. A lot just get judged from the get-go. My dad said, son, you won't have a problem. I'm like, how do you know it was correct? I can't watch when people judge. It doesn't help the situation. Whoopee. I'm sneaking watching. But anyways, I guess if you guys don't have any questions, I'll probably go. I agree. At that MJ's life, that is why for that case, I do think that Profiling Evil does a great job. And I do want to say something though. So at the end of the case, at the end of the video, I mean, with Summer's mom, Chris says, there were some red flags. I'm not going to discuss that. I did not interrogate her. Hi, Jackie, by the way. I saw you said hi. I meant to say that back. Yes, Jamie Claus. I'm not going to interrogate her. This is an interview. This is not an interrogation. I wanted to give her a safe space to talk, and that just reminded me of that interview I did with Kiara, who I've told y'all I've been like super honest about everything, and I do consider her like a friend of mine. Now I didn't know her from Adam at the beginning, and I wasn't gonna get on there and just like interrogate her and be rude to her and question her. Like, say she said something that didn't add up to a statement before, or whatever, and this is just pretend. I'm just saying. I'm not gonna be like, wait a minute, you said this, well, last Tuesday. Then she'll just get off the stream and won't tell us anything. Like, you want to hear, obviously, you interview people so you can hear what they have to say, you know? I just thought that was interesting. Yes, I loved watching. I was so impressed, not only with her, but also with Hunter, or H, I'm sorry, but it's Dylan. the interview room, Chris McDonough, I don't know how to say his last name. Chris, the one that used to be with Mike from Profiling Evil. Um, he did an interview 2 days in a row with Summer's mom. One was at the swimming hole, and then next day they did at the house, and it is really, really good. He did an incredible job. He was really able to talk to them in a way that was like not judgmental, and I was so impressed and honestly surprised. That's the approach I would take as well if I'm talking to someone. Like, I'm on your level. Like, don't look like we are. I'm no better than you. You're no better than me. Like, I'm gonna get. Like, I just thought that the way he did that was so awesome. Even with the kid, he kind of made him feel comfortable. Like, I'm just like you. I don't know. Yeah. First look in the house. Now, something interesting that he said was that, yes, check it out, Dylan. Something interesting he said was, I wasn't surprised about the living conditions, but I was surprised about the basement. When I saw where she was sleeping, that kind of got to me, and I'm wondering, we didn't see that much of down there. I'm gonna have to rewatch because I was in the car, but it was pretty dark and I couldn't see much. Um, yes, Looking Beyond. I've seen that. I don't know how to feel about it. Um, but what were they sleeping like? And also that's so sad to me too. Just the fact that they were sleeping down in the basement and stuff. And you don't need nice stuff to raise a baby. You need love. You need to have the essentials, obviously, and you need love and all that. And I think we can't blame people. Amanda Svita said something that I thought was really important yesterday on that panel. And she said, I grew up in a house that was so clean and pristine. We couldn't sit on certain couches, right? She said, but I would always go to my uncle's and play, and he had a messy house, but we had so much fun. Like, it was the best time of my life. And I thought about that because I'm pretty strict about certain things. Like, I mean, I have a 4 and 5-year-old almost daily, and those kids will pick up their toys when they're done. They straighten up like the stuff on the couch. They are good about keeping the house clean, or they don't clean up the house, but keeping their messes contained to an extent. Um, but I thought that was pretty interesting. She said that because it's not about money, it's not about stuff. Now, you want to have a clean house, obviously. You want to have a clean house, obviously, but that stuff doesn't matter. It's sad to think about a kid that doesn't get everything they deserve. Like, when I think about my kids, I want to give them even more than what they need. I want them to get what they want. I want to give them a special life of, a cool phone and a nice car and, the best Christmas and an awesome birthday. And let's go out and have a special day and pick you out a surprise or whatever. And I think that is so fun to do for them. And it just makes me sad to think that maybe, all kids don't get that. Very Bear, I believe there's a bunk bed and toys, but he had it zoomed in a lot too. The parents' room is connected to Summer's. I need to go back and look. It doesn't look like there were bedrooms in the upstairs. The basement, mom and dad in one side of the basement, and kids on the other. All they had to do is drop a bag of dog food to distract them. I don't know, you guys. I just hope that she's found soon. Let me show y'all. If y'all don't know, just because is important. Oh no. The thing is gone. I wanted to put her little picture up. Thought I had it saved because I do keep some on here. I'll keep Kendrick. That is one that is just so important to me. I will not ever stop talking about it until something happens and justice is served. Charles and Tammy. And I had Summer's missing flyer, and I bet you I accidentally deleted it when uploading the addiction things today. My little Daybell chart, the who's who, Barry's bizarre laying down while searching for Suzanne, which is just, and then Suzanne and her daughter. How beautiful are they? So But yes, if you haven't heard, please go look up Summer Wells. She's a missing little girl from Tennessee. And if you do have any information on it, call 1-800-TBI-FIND. Um, Hi, Mr. Seth. Well, it started about addiction. The last few minutes I've just been rambling, but it has a chain on the gate outside. So if they had a car, they had a key to the padlock. I'm new. I just found your Oh, hi, Kitty Bloom. That's awesome. I'm happy to have you here. Thank you. I wonder where the bathroom was. Oh, I'm just seeing your other comments. There were no doors in the home. Did they have curtains hung? I need to go look again because, like I said, it was so bright in the car. I couldn't get a really clear picture. I was just kind of listening for the most part until there were sometimes, like when they were outside, it was a little more bright. I could see. Oh, from Scotland. Well, awesome. Thank you for coming and stay a while. Take your shoes off, sit down and relax. Have a seat. I can be strict on cleanup too, but I have other ideas. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna go because Melissa's live and I don't want to stay on here while she's live. I don't like doing that. I feel like I don't want to compete with my friends for like the people who watch us and all that stuff, and I don't want to be rude, and you know what I mean. Hi, Amber. I was just talking about you and your panel last night. It was really good. Really, really good. So, yeah, Amber's channel is in the comments. If you guys didn't see the panel last night, like I said earlier, I was shocked that she even asked me to do it. The people that were on it were all so wonderful, and it's really good. Just go check it out. Oh, thank you, Nikki. Summer's case is so amazing. Kidding. Two different stories. Yes. But anyways, all right, y'all. I'm gonna go. I hope that you guys have a great evening. Thank you for coming and chatting about this. And remember, back to our original subject, it can be hard to admit when we're wrong, but it helps us grow. It helps us move on. It helps us heal. It helps the people that we've hurt to heal too. It's important, and it's a huge part of not only addiction recovery, but just life in general. Even if you're not an addict, I think that's something that could really make a difference in your life is trying to hold yourself more accountable. Like I said with the lady that come in here about Sherilyn at the beginning, had they been able to say something that I'd done to her that she felt that I owed her an apology or that hurt her, even if I don't feel that I did something wrong, if someone feels hurt by you, I think they deserve an apology as well, you know? So, anyways, all right. You guys have a good night too. My little Scottish girls in here. People from all over the world. I love you guys so much and thank you for coming. And I will see you soon in a couple days. Oh, and that's the Bianca series is going to start soon. And I just found out, I do believe I'm not going to post it until I get another message back. Friday night, I should be having a panel of psychics to discuss all of these cases, which will be so fun. Oh, thank you guys so much. Bye, Jackie. Thank you, Shar, so much. Thank you, Mark. I love you guys. You're all so wonderful. And I'll see you in a couple days. So, bye.